There is a moment in every person's life when the whole world goes quiet and the only sound left is laughter. Not the laughter of joy, the laughter of people who looked at your dream and decided it was a joke. That moment breaks most people, but not all of them, because somewhere in this world, there is always one person who hears that laughter, feels that pain deep in their chest, and still takes the next step forward. Not because they are fearless, but because they are done waiting for someone else to believe in them first. What you are about to hear is not just a story. This is a warning, a mirror, and if you look closely enough, you will see your own face in it. Listen carefully. Every single word matters. If you want more motivational stories like this, subscribe to our channel now. His name was Daniel. He grew up in a small countryside town. Quiet roads, old houses, a market in the center where everyone knew everyone, and everyone had already decided what each person would become. His father died when Daniel was 16. That same week, childhood ended completely. No time to grieve, no time to rest. He worked mornings carrying heavy loads. He worked afternoons doing whatever job existed. At night, he returned to a small house, a tired mother, and a silence so heavy it had its own weight. But inside that silence, Daniel watched. Every single day he observed the market. He noticed which shops survived, which ones quietly disappeared. Then one evening, he saw it. At the far edge of the market stood an old shop, closed for 6 years. Walls cracked, door rusted shut, weeds growing at the entrance, completely forgotten by everyone. Daniel stood in front of it for a long time. He felt something he could not explain. He found the owner, a tired old man who had given up on the place years ago. Daniel stood before him and said quietly, "I have almost nothing, but I will pay you every month. Please give me this chance." The old man looked at his worn sandals, his rough hands, his tired but undefeated eyes. He gave him the key. The next morning, the town knew, and the town laughed. Men at tea stalls shook their heads. People whispered while passing. Even those who had known his father laughed. That night, alone inside the empty, broken shop, Daniel sat on the dusty floor and cried, not because they laughed, but because for one moment he believed them. He looked at the cracked walls, the darkness around him, and a voice inside whispered, "Maybe they are right. Maybe you are not the kind of person who succeeds." He sat there for a long time. Then he stood up. No money, no plan, only one decision: to not sit back down. He collected broken furniture people had thrown away, repaired every piece by hand, painted the walls himself with leftover paint, scrubbed the floor on his knees until it was clean. 3 weeks later, he opened the door. 2 people walked in, looked around, and left without buying anything. Daniel smiled anyway, because the door was open, and he was still standing. Slowly, 1 customer, then 3, then 8. He remembered every name. He was honest in every single deal. He treated a poor farmer with the same respect he gave the wealthiest man in town. Word spread quietly, the way real things always do. Within 1 year, every debt was paid. Within 2 years, the shop expanded. He hired 2 young men from struggling families. Both reminded him of himself. The people who once laughed now greeted him first. And Daniel never reminded them that they laughed, because he understood something deeply. People mocked the dreams they themselves were too afraid to chase. Here is what this story is telling you directly. You have a dream right now that someone has already laughed at, and that laughter has slowed you down. But Daniel had nothing except one decision. The shop will always look broken at the beginning. Every great thing does. The question is simple. Will you open the door anyway? Start today. Without waiting for applause. Without waiting for permission. Because the world does not reward people who wait. It rewards the ones who begin. If this story moved something inside you, share it with one person who needs to hear it right now. Because somewhere out there, someone is sitting on that dusty floor tonight, feeling exactly what Daniel felt. And maybe, just maybe, this story is the thing that makes them stand up. Subscribe, because every week we bring you stories like this. Stories that don't just entertain you. Stories that remind you who you are and what you are still capable of. The door is open. Will you walk through it?